Good morning. Let's go for a little walk. As we watch the news, we're still in the 72-hour rule of the information gathering portion of the Charlie Kirk thing. One of the things that's become a question is affiliations. One that you routinely have been hearing is the possible affiliation of DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America. Now, for the record, DSA Utah has officially come out and said that Tyler Robinson was never a part of their organization. Whether you believe that or not is, they're socialists, so they lie. But there it is. The reason I'm mostly concerned about this, and again, we're just walking right now. Lighting is going to be a little tough. One of the reasons I'm mostly concerned, and I'm just going to pop it up on the screen for you. What the rise of Democrat socialists in Minneapolis means for the state's Democratic Party. Now, Minnesota is obviously one of the most leftist states in the country. The DFL legislature is one of the most tax intensive, one of the most anti-gun, pro-child mutilation states in the country. And the cities themselves, Minneapolis and St. Paul, the two twin cities, are further left radical than that. Sad to say, Minneapolis is my hometown. I was born there. But the overlap here is that the current status of the Minneapolis City Council is that they have 7 Democrat Socialist of America members. And the future mayor is an active member of the Democratic Socialists of America. Now, I am in no way saying that that organization is responsible for the actions of one lunatic. What I am saying is the polarization and the radicalization of the left is housed in certain organizations. We know those organizations. BLM, Antifa, you know the names. We have to start learning the name DSA, Democrat Socialists of America. The response to this tragedy, let's bring that back up. Sorry, guys. The response to that tragedy is going to be something that I don't think a lot of people anticipate, and is going to be quite bad for those who are on the receiving end. I don't think the administration is going to take this much longer. Again, the lighting. I'm walking in a wooded area right now. Just walking along a trail. But I think the response is going to resemble something along the lines of what the president did with the Latin American cartels. At this point, they represent a clear and present danger to the people and welfare of the United States of America. And acts of violence such as this are terrorist acts. Do not be surprised if organizations such as those I previously listed and the DSA are listed as terrorist groups. So what does that mean? What that means is, essentially, the city governments of Minneapolis and St. Paul, and a good portion of the state government of Minnesota will be a classified terrorist organization, and they will have members of. What does that mean? I don't know. I think that's the direction we're going, though. The administration does not take this stuff lightly. That we know. It takes a very strong hand at it. Look at the immigration rates. You see what's happened with our buildup in Latin America against the drug cartels. As soon as they were declared that, on this channel, we covered it. They had rivet joints, reapers, sent destroyers, sent 2nd Brigade, 4th Division. Now they're sending elements of the 101st to the border. I know I didn't do a video about that. Now they're sending elements of the 101st to the border with Mexico. That's a pretty strong response, especially when you have President Scheinbaum of Mexico saying that she will not allow kinetic action in Mexico. Well, that tells me that kinetic action is on the table, and she knows it. This is what happens when you're designated as one of these groups. Obviously, you're not going to have anything like that in the United States. And to be honest, I wouldn't support that in any way whatsoever. If you're an American citizen, you have the right to due process. You're innocent until proven guilty. And I firmly believe due process needs to take place. That said, suspicion is justified. Affiliations matter. Words matter. It's a whole new world. And being that we're still in the 72-hour rule, I'm not going to say a lot about the tragedy itself. What I wanted to discuss was these affiliations. And frankly, what their meaning is for Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and the possibility that it's a realistic possibility that these city governments will end up being declared to have been being run by members of terrorist organizations. Think of that. Think of that. That's the road we're going down. This administration is going to come down like a hammer. And those people affiliated will all be looked at. And it's crazy that you're about to have the mayor of a major American city affiliated with a group that could possibly be declared a terrorist organization. This is America in 2025. I just kind of wanted to get on here and give my thoughts and the relevance it has to us locally. It's a crazy, messed up world.